If you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, then make sure to check out FIFAninja.com. There's now a few different ways that you can buy coins that are up and running, and with Team of the Season coming soon, you can now use discount code ChrisMD at checkout to get 10% off. Hello guys, it's Chris here, and welcome to a Team of the Season's predictions video. It's got to those few weeks before the Team of the Seasons are released when FIFA is literally just dying out, and I thought I'd add some fuel to the fire. But to make this a bit interesting, first of all, I should say that loads of people in my comments sections at the moment are just telling me to like react to old videos, because it's quite a big thing on YouTube at the moment. Loads of other YouTubers have done it recently, and I've sort of been putting it off because, as I said, lots of people have been doing it recently, so I've not wanted to jump straight onto the bandwagon. And also in my 100k Q&A, I said if I ever hit 1 million subscribers, I'd react to my Nerf Wars, which I made regressively. And I have a lot of privated videos on YouTube. You know, some of the ones you'll see, like my oldest videos, those aren't actually my oldest videos. So what we're going to do is every single player that I get wrong in this prediction, I obviously will only find this out in a few weeks or so, but it's basically going to equal me adding another video into a reacting to privated YouTube videos video. So say I get 5 of these players wrong, I'll show you 5 of my videos that are privated on my YouTube channel, and that's not something I want to do, you know. There is a reason some of my old videos are still public and some aren't. So yeah, I thought this would make it a little bit more interesting than just a standard predictions video. Bit of a gamble, but let's move on. I should also point out that I'm only doing the BPL prediction because I don't feel like my predictions of like other top leagues for Team of the Season would be that comprehensive, especially when dignity's on the line. But anyway, moving straight into the predictions, and first of all, I've gone with David De Gea in goal. He's had an absolutely phenomenal season for Man United. Admittedly, they haven't had the best defensive record, but that is largely due to their defenders just not being that great and starting Paddy McNair week in, week out. But some of the saves De Gea has made, like I remember one against Arsenal when he saved one of Sanchez's shots, and it was literally just incredible. So he definitely deserves to get a Team of the Season card. I reckon it'll probably be 90, 91. Yeah, the ratings don't have anything to do with how many videos I'm putting into this reacting to video, you know, because I don't feel confident in the ratings at all. The ratings could change a lot. You never really know with EA. But I think De Gea's card will look something like that. The amount of points he's saved for United this season is just incredible for a goalkeeper, and I think it's pretty obvious that he's going to get the starting spot. So first up in the defenders, we have Branislav Ivanovic, who has been amazing in Chelsea's backline. Like, for a defender, if you watch in the fantasy team and stuff, he has had a ridiculous amount of points just because the amount of goals and assists, as well as he's put in as, you know, getting clean sheets. It's not really fair. So he's not going to be the quickest right back, but he'll definitely have a very solid card that I'm sure some people will love to play at centre back, so that's going to be enjoyable. Talking of enjoyable, look at this Kashani card, which is a possibility. I'm not too sure about this one. If you look at his stats with Arsenal, you know, with him in the team and without him in the team, our defensive record it's just ridiculous. Personally, I think he's always been better than Mertesacker. I was surprised when Mertesacker got in Team of the Season last year, so I think he should be in there. But if we do finish second, you know, I feel like we should have a defender in there because our defensive record has been really good in recent weeks. Hoping at least a few of you will agree with me with that one in the comments. Then moving on to John Terry, who's obviously again been, you know, one of the huge reasons Chelsea have mounted such a strong title challenge. He's been in Team of the Season, pretty sure it's like the last 3-4 years in a row. But yeah, he's been banging in headers this season, you know, like it's FIFA 13. So his card's going to look something like that. Can't say I'm going to be using it though. 48 pace, you know, just imagine him up against Dybala. It's not even worth thinking about. So he's a pretty safe choice. Then moving on to Ryan Bertrand, who I think it's a bit of a toss-up between him and Klein, who's going to get in the starting 11. But I'm starting to think it's going to be Klein, but, you know, because there's no left backs in this team, I reckon they'll put him in. Unfortunately, because he's a silver, they don't put him over 74 rated. But despite the fact him and Klein have had a pretty similar season in terms of, like, you know, they were not known at all, really, as decent fullbacks before the season started. But they've been amazing for Southampton. It doesn't matter, by the way, I should point out, whether they're on the bench or starting 11. It's literally just the players that are in there. I love the way I'm just covering my back just again and again here. But now, onto the midfield, and this is where things get tasty. So first of all, we have Alexis Sanchez, who I reckon is going to be the second highest rated player in this Team of the Season. He's been amazing for us this season. You know, in first season in the BPL, he just fits it so perfectly the way his physique is. He's played most of the season at left wing for us, so I think that's where he's going to be. And, you know, you could see it. Well, we are going to see a card with, you know, over 90 like 2 pace, shooting, dribbling. It's gonna be disgusting. His second half of the season hasn't quite been as good as the first half, but, you know, he's sort of bringing it back now. Certainly not in the same level as Cesc Fabregas. On to David Silva, and he's been a very solid part of Man City this season. I've seen lots of people give him, like, you know, 93, 92 ratings, which could happen because obviously he's got a very high rated card already on FIFA. But in terms of, like, who has played played well in relation to, you know, the other players. Sanchez and Hazard have been way above everyone else, so I don't think David Silva could get anywhere near them two. Unfortunately, his card will probably be left mid, because that's where he's played most of the season for as well. We've got a lot of left mids here. On to Fbregas, who obviously had an amazing start for Chelsea. As painful as it is, I think he should be in there because he's been a very solid part of Chelsea's team and has, you know, been a huge part of them being able to, well, it looks like they're going to win the title. So he could have an amazing card in terms of passing. I don't think he'll break the 90 mark, but who knows? Then on to Eden Hazard, who I think is undisputably going to be, you know, the highest rated player. He's been incredible this season. You know, he's one of those players, he's sort of turned into almost a Messi, Ronaldo kind of standard. One of those players that literally just can turn it on when he wants. Even as an Arsenal fan, he is an amazing... Really? For God's sake. Right, we're back. I swear if that missed me clicking my fingers, it was... See, you just can't get a good click of fingers twice in a row. It just doesn't happen. Anyway, even as an Arsenal fan, watching Hazard play has literally just been, you know, kind of a joy this season because he just takes on players when he wants, and I think he's undoubtedly going to get Player of the Year. So another ridiculously OP left mid. So actually, these players' prices might not be that high. Oh, well, I'd forgotten about price ranges for a second there. But obviously, if you have two amazing, like, left wing or left mids in the same kind of week coming out, their prices will sort of cancel out each other, but we'll see. And then concluding the starting 11, we have Harry Kane and Diego Costa, who I reckon will be the two starting players, despite the fact that I don't think Harry Kane is going to be the highest rated other forward in this team, but he has had an incredible season for Spurs. You know, getting 30 goals a season is ridiculous for any player, let alone a Spurs player. It's the first time a Spurs player's got plus 30 goals in like 23 years or something ridiculous. So he definitely deserves a huge upgrade on his card. Probably might be a bit higher than that. I'm looking back at that thinking that could have higher shooting and pace than that, but we'll see. And then on to Diego Costa, who's obviously been another huge part of Chelsea's title challenge. I think he'll break the 90 mark as he's already got an 86 rated card already. His card is not going to be fun to play against at all. He's been injured recently, so he might not get the highest, you know, BPL top scorer, but just because he's, you know, Chelsea's striker, he's their main striker, main focal point, and I think he'll be in the starting 11. So I've also put together 7 subs which EA release alongside the team in the season. So first of all, as I said, Aguero I think is probably going to be on the bench. We'll see. I think he was on the bench last year, I'm pretty sure. And was higher rated than some of the other people there, but he's had a very good season again. Hasn't been phenomenal for his standards, but he's still got, you know, 20 goals, I think it is, in the BPL. Could get highest goal scorer, we'll have to see, but he's going to have a phenomenal card, as he seems to always get each year in the BPL at the moment. On to Christian Eriksen, who's had a really good season. His free kicks have been disgusting this year, and he's been a big part of Spurs, you know, kind of almost reaching the top 4 this season, so I think he'll definitely have a fairly high-rated card. Left mid, which is a bit disappointing. A cam of him would be really decent. There's not that many cams, I think, that are going to come out of this team of the season that are going to be that good. I don't think Ozil will break in there. I couldn't justify that. I didn't think about it, but I was just imagining the like ratio. Fraser Forster got a pretty bad injury a couple of weeks ago, so he hasn't played for a while, but first half of the season, and until he got injured, he was absolutely incredible for Southampton, and, you know, their defence was one of the strongest in the Premier League. I'm pretty certain in that one. Yes, no, I am. And then Charlie Austin, obviously, he's one of the highest top-scoring strikers. Yeah, he's up there with, you know, winning the Golden Boot. And for a QPR player, that is phenomenal. Can have a pretty well-rounded card, but bit of a hold-up player. But yeah, he's a pretty secure choice. So on to the last page of subs and the last page of players I've predicted for this team. We've got Wayne Rooney. First of all, I've gone out a bit on a limb for this one. I've always been one of those people who's been a bit skeptic over Rooney's ability because obviously being an England player, and as we've all seen with Harry Kane this season, however deserving of it, the hype of an England player when he starts scoring goals is just unbelievably unreasonable. But if Man United finish third, I feel like they need to have another player alongside De Gea who gets in there, and Rooney's been a big part of them. You know, while Di Maria, Falcao, and the others who haven't really been performing, I think Rooney could get in there on the bench. He could sneak in there because EA do love a Rooney card. I remember a couple of years ago he got in Team of the Year somehow. That's probably the card I'm least confident with in this team. Then moving on to Giroud, who actually has the highest goals per minute rate in the BPL as of now, as of the games he's played now. It might not be true at the end of the season, but obviously he had his broken leg at the start of the season, so he hasn't really been up in the goal scoring charts, but nevertheless I think he's level with Sanchez now, and he's been, whenever we play with Giroud and whenever we play with Welbeck, there's a huge difference. So I'm hoping he could sneak on because he'd be a really decent sort of hold-up player, and again, horrible from set pieces. And as I said, Nathaniel Klein, could be him or Bertrand in the starting 11, I think, but I think both of them will probably get in because they've been the two players, you know, Southampton's team that have sort of meant they've almost got to the top 4, but his card will be a really decent right back actually, so it'd be very good attacking stats for a right back, for a full back as well. And that concludes my BPL team of the season predictions. I know certain Liverpool fans might not be too happy that there isn't any Liverpool players in this, but I think Sterling's probably the closest one to get in there. Henderson, I reckon, will get into team of the season most consistent because he hasn't had an inform. Coutinho, I have no idea how he managed to get nominated for Player of the Year. Don't get me wrong, he's had a very good season, and, you know, I love watching players like that because it's, you know, my position. It's a sort of central attacking midfielder. So he's a really good player to watch, and I have watched a lot of him, and he does some really nice stuff. But in my opinion, I know stats aren't everything, but you can't get nominated for Player of the Year with 4 goals and 4 assists, you know. Andre Arshavin scored more goals in one game at Anfield than Coutinho has in the whole season. But you never know, some Liverpool players might sneak into here. I know I've left out sort of Cazorla, Fellaini, a couple of other, Berahino, who's the other one? Pella, who might get in, but I'm going to go with these guys. So as I said, we've got to wait a few weeks before the team of the season comes out. I think the first one's out on 6th of May. That is team of the season most consistent. Then it's released every week. So yeah, interesting weeks ahead. And I'll release the reacting to my private YouTube videos at some point after that. So yeah. But yeah, make sure to put your suggestions and your predictions for the team of the season in the comment section below. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. I know a lot of you will agree with me and a lot will disagree. So that would be interesting to see. Make sure to check out my Sunday League season if you missed that the other day. C-Team special, so you know, you can't miss that. It'd be great if you could leave a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you later.